1937. And the title of the article is China's How Homowives Are Becoming Unlikely Champions for Gay Rights. And the picture says it's not always happily ever after. After her marriage was over, just looking at the wedding photo would make Qiu Xuan feel awful. The 29-year-old, a video editor at a communications company in Guangzhou, could tell by the pictures that she wasn't half of a happy couple that day, even though she was the one wearing a white veil. The photo shows the bride and the groom with their best man, who was standing in between them, hanging one arm over the groom's shoulders and leaning his head toward him. Qiu said her year-long sexless and loveless marriage could be explained in that one image. Her husband was in love with his best man, not her. The term beards to describe a woman who is used knowingly or unknowingly to disguise her partner's homosexuality has been used as slang in the United States for many decades. But acknowledgments that such marriage even happened in a recent phenomenon in China. In China, a beard is known straightforwardly as tongqi or homowife, the abbreviation of the Y of the homosexual in Chinese, and the photo says Qiu's wedding day photo from Qiu's personal photos used with permission. There are millions of gay men married to women in China. Academics believe, according to an estimate by Chang Beichuan, one of the first Chinese scholars to study sexuality, China has 20 million male homosexuals of marriageable age, and 80% of them will marry a woman. In contrast, according to a 2010 economics report, 15 to 20% of the gay men in America have married heterosexual women. The women in these marriages are quietly becoming an unlikely force in China's nascent gay rights movement. If men are free to openly have relationships with their men, share marriages like there will no longer happen, they say. Being homosexual is not wrong, say Chu in an interview. What's wrong is to marry a heterosexual to make a tragedy. Why China has millions of homowives? Liu Jie, a 25-year-old homosexual interior decorator from Shandong, Guangdong province, had thoughts of entering into a gay-straight marriage because, like many Chinese of marrying age, he's under a lot of pressure from his parents. They said they would have nothing to worry about in their lives once I got married. How can I come out of the closet to them? Liu said to quotes. Among 3 ways of being an unfilial son, the most serious is to have no hair, argued Mencius, an ancient Confucian philosopher. The idea is still ingrained in modern China. Men are under social pressures to marry to produce a male heir to carry on the family line. Though new generations are more open-minded, many still believe that to marry and have children are the 2 most important things in life, whether they are gay or straight. For women who unknowingly marry gay men, a divorce can be difficult to obtain and can leave them much worse off financially. Chu, the video editor, got a divorce and custody of her 9-month-old daughter after court mediation. Her husband agreed to pay a limit of 7 yuan or NT $114 per month, which according to Chu accounts for less than 20% of his monthly income. Chu only agreed to the terms, she said, because her husband's family refused to let her see her daughter otherwise. And the picture shows that she was with her daughter, who has a dark leg in her mouth, supplied by Chu. Chu said the court had rejected her appeal for further compensations because she could not prove her husband had an extramarital affair. He has never admitted he's gay, although everyone knows about that, she said. A person who has a spouse but cohabits with another person is one of the circumstances listed in China marriage law that allows a husband or wife to file for divorce and demand compensations from the other party, but in its judicial interpretations, the another person only refers to the opposite sex. If a man and a woman get a room in a hotel, we can say it's an intermarital affair, but if it's two men, we can say nothing, said Liu, 35, a judge from Shenzhen, who agreed to speak on the matter if he was identified only by his surname. Growing awareness and activism. Some women in China unknowingly married to a gay man or are openly choosing to maintain a monogamous marriage to give their children a stable family. Jiang Xinyi, a 24-year-old software engineer from Shanghai, who has been counseling women marriage to gay men since 2009, said this was a common alternative to divorce and separation. They drew 3 ground rules for their husbands: have sex with their wives, take care of the family, and look after the child. Other arrangements are springing up as well, like the cooperative marriage or xinhun, in which a lesbian woman and gay man agree to marry to appease their parents. Jiang first learned there were other women in similar marriages from China's first housewife meeting in 2009. Then, a university student, she found the women who had attended the meeting online and joined their chat group on QQ, a popular Chinese instant message software. After watching other women share their ordeals or comfort each other in the chat group, Jiang volunteers to establish and operate new groups from newcomers. Now Jiang runs 3 QQ chat groups, which have over 200 members in total, and the social media accounts on Weibo, China's Twitter-like microblog site. She also helped these women get legal advice and speak out to the public. She named the volunteers organization Hibiscus Flower, which she said stands for the tenacity and vitality. Homowives and their supporters are getting more vocal about their own situation and the need for China to become more accepting of homosexuality. Zhang Ziwei, a 27-year-old corporate secretary from Nanzhuang, southeast China's Jiangxi province, who dated a gay man 3 years ago, now manages a QQ chat group on the topics with more than 100 members. She's translating 2 books, My Husband is Gay and When Your Spouse Comes Out, written by Carol Greaver, an American woman who married a gay man into Chinese. After she finished, she plans to send them to other women in her situation, because there are no such books in China. One woman who has formally married to the gay man calls herself Little Dylan, dressed in a bridal gown to seek marriage at the Qixi Festival, China Valentine's Day in August 2014, on the street of Guangzhou, the largest city in the southern Fujian province. She told Chinese media that besides finding the right man, she wanted to raise awareness about homowives and the need for China to offer homosexual equal rights and legalize gay marriage. And the photo speaks that the Little Dylan sign said, "I am an ex-wife of a gay man seeking marriage at Qixi." A 51-year-old retired worker from Chengdu, Central China, Hainan province, who only wants to be identified by her online nickname, Aunt Moon, and been volunteering at the Hibiscus Flower since she helped her Chinese get out of the gay straight marriage 4 years ago. I don't have a high literacy level, but I am gentle and willing to talk, say Aunt Moon, who has had volunteers experience at the Red Cross Society of China. Among the thousand who attend Hong Kong's annual gay rights parade in November, Aunt Moon and the free woman she was with become a peculiar scenes with their different identities and pursuits from the gay marchers. During the march, they held up placards that read, "My husband is gay. I am in pain." And the picture shows that Aunt Moon second from the right and other marchers at Hong Kong's Gay Pride Parade in November 2014. Photo from Weibo used with permission. Aunt Moon said she thought it may have been the first time that women married to gay men in China took part in a gay rights demonstration. She said the parade was changed for them to increase people's awareness about their fate. She wishes the gay rights movement to succeed as well. The more prosperous, the better, she said. Little Dylan also appeared at the Hong Kong parade again in a bridal gown. Yet a tune of discord hung over the event. A group of gay participants from Hong Kong raised people's attention by holding red flags, like the ones that the police used during protests to tell demonstrators to hold, that read, "Stop discriminating, or we will marry the woman and be gay in the dark." The threatening slogan helped nothing. It will only harm their image, Aunt Moon said. If they want to achieve marital rights, they must face up to Homowives. 3 women married a gay man attend the last annual PLAC China meeting. The gay support group's co-founder told Quartz, "Their involvement isn't without controversy. Ideally, we should stand in the same trench to fight against biases from the society." Co-founder Ah Chang said, "But being a homowife is only a transitional identity after they find a heterosexual man and get married. They are no longer homowives." Chang said, "I don't expect them to do much. What I want is to solve their own problems," he added. "They're often emotional, critical, and angry. We can't hear the husband's voice in their cases." The futures of gay marriage in China. Same-sex marriage is now legally recognized in 16 countries and 33 states in America. China is not one on the list. Li Ying-He, a sociologist and sexologist who has been trying to legalize homosexual marriage since 2000, has failed each time. Li, who has been in a relationship with a transgender man for many years, said she was being unable to get the 30 compensors necessary for the idea to be discussed at Chinese People Political Consultative Conferences, which advises the government on issues that should become law. The government, Li said, think it is an idea that is ahead of its time. Homosexual marriage had been brought up when the marriage law was revised in 1980s. Yang Lixing, a law professor at Renmin University of China, told Quartz, but the society was still not prepared. Yang said next time the marriage law is revised, homosexual marriage might be legalized, but when that will occur, only the heads of the legislatures know. Until then, expect millions more happily couples to tie the knot. The author is a master's student at the University of Hong Kong's Journalism and Media Studies Center, and an intern with Quartz. You can follow him on the Twitter at Pingrama. And the photo on the left side says most popular. Airtel and Vodafone wants to make more money by screwing with India's internet. Here is now you can stop them. And I finished my reading. Thank you.